What day is today? Happy Tuesday. Welcome to ATI ProMedia. Tommy Grisafi. We are powered by advanced trading. Little slow on the news, and that's okay. We could use a little time to catch our breath. We've had a heck of a rally here in corn, beans, and wheat. Wheat volatility, when you look at these options moving and shaking, both the puts and the calls, 52-week high. Soybean volatility, 52-week high. Corn approaching the high of the year. I believe you can fact check me on this. The high of the year in D's corn is still, and maybe even July corn, the first day of the year. Will we go back up to that level? We have some weather. I was introduced to a streaming service last night. I was just searching storm streaming. I found this young man and his coworkers. They stream tornado stuff. 130,000 people watching the streaming. Some horrific storms hit Oklahoma. Thoughts and prayers go out to those people. For as bad as the storms were, they're cleaning up things. But we have a live weather map on the show we could bring on later. Of course, we had corn progress, bean progress, wheat progress. Doesn't surprise me the markets are down. It's healthy. If we just go straight up, how do the people who are caught short get their shorts in? So I like a back and forth trade. There's some talks of filling gaps up above. This is all technical. We have cattle up, grains down, interest rates moderate today. Stock market has been on a heck of a move. Looks like it just rolled over. Let's bring him in. Connor B. Brady was supposed to be on the show. He is sidelined due to internet issues. It's 2024. B. Huck having a problem with the internet. Works better upstairs than downstairs. And I understand. I'm downstairs. It's Scott Shaladay says in my mother's basement. So
that's the good for Brady. And I know, hey, I'm in Assumption, Illinois. He's in Dodge City, Kansas. I like being in this small town, but you got to deal with the internet issues. I've almost got the fiber to me, Tommy. I can't wait for that day.
Oh, good. Good. What do you got on your I was a little late here. I had a couple phone calls come in before the show. I have a weather map up. Yesterday's premium, we talked about planning progress, planning delays. I got a little specific about moving old crop. I understand later today on premium, you and I are very specifically going to talk about what could happen the next 100 days when it comes to old crop bushels. Connor B, Tommy G, Brady Huck, the whole ATI group, and ATI ProMedia, we do not want your old crop grain to have a birthday. Is that correct?
Absolutely. Right. Look at this. If we still have old crop, whether it's on paper or the physical, right? There's some things we could be doing to take advantage of this rally and the unknowns too, right?
Yeah. Do you have any browsers or emails or anything you can shut down? I mean, we are just pumped for Wi-Fi here. Advanced needs more Wi-Fi, more cowbell, as they say. Check your internet a little bit over there. All right, real quick while we're waiting for Connor B to see what he's got going over there. Look at this map. This is a live map. Just for the record, I am not a weatherman. I am not a weatherman, nor do I play one on TV. But look at this. Look at these storms that just come by. A good client in Bettendorf, Iowa, just sent this in. I'd like to read it to you. Ready? Uh-oh, refresh data. Okay, let's refresh fresh maps. All righty, here it comes. I
It's
live
almost
right
to
here
you.
in the blue dot. It's coming to me. Hide yo kids. There we go. Some vicious storms. Also, we will I might put the link of that guy I watched. I really found that fascinating. Gina said when I fell asleep last night, my phone was still on him. And he went for like 9 hours straight, him and the crew live streaming. 130,000 people watching
Unreal.
Storm Chasers. It was
Unbelievable.
unbelievable. This is from a friend in Bettendorf, Iowa, just a little north of there. Lauren, things are wet here again. 0.6, 0.9 this morning. Had a real good push last 3 days. Most of the corn in, 75% is in, and probably 60 to 70% of beans in eastern Iowa. Southeast Iowa is much wetter. They have a ways to go. Lauren is associated with Whiffles Hybrids right there in Geneseo, Illinois, and he is a DSM for them. So very well connected what's going on in Illinois and Iowa when it comes to seed planting. Who would know better than the actual farmer or the actual seed dealer who sold you the seed? So Lauren, big shout out to you up there in Bettendorf, Iowa. A little progress report. What do you think, sir?
Yeah, we got planting progress out yesterday, and not unsurprising, right? We are officially lagging behind that 5-year average on corn and soybeans. So corn planting progress, we're at 36% planted versus 5-year average is around 39%, right? We're getting lagging behind. 22 was the last time we were seeing this slow a pace. Soybeans are 25% planted versus the 21% average. So we're finally lagging behind that. And then here I have it by state as well, so we can just see. Pop that banner off, Rick, if you could. And so just look, where are we really lagging? A lot of places, but Illinois, right? My state is definitely we're getting 10% behind. And guess what, Tommy? That front that it's about to hit Valparaiso, it already cleared through Illinois. I don't see a whole lot of progress getting done, at least until the end of this week, maybe the whole week completely. And so other things, Nebraska well behind on corn and soybean pace. And so we will see, right? And then I don't expect that. If we could pop up the accumulated precipitation chart I had, Rick, just looking across the Midwest, yeah, look at that. I don't see a whole lot. I don't see that planting progress Monday of next week. I don't see that jumping a whole lot, Tommy. So we're probably going to see continued planting delays getting close to that May 20th date on corn, May 25th. That, to me, might be a hot topic. But when I think about late planting corn, and I could get a lot of flack for this, but I look at May 20th as kind of my date where I say, okay, we're officially late on the corn soybean planting.
Yep. Rick, when you look at Connor, is he fuzzy? Is he coming through live stream fuzzy? Yeah. Connor, go shut your camera off and go vocal only. You are too handsome to be blurry. So there's a lot of ladies out there who are upset. There we go.
How's
Connor
that? Is that better?
Oh, so much better. All right. I have my calendar out. Let's count on our toes. Next Monday is the 13th. And the following Monday is the 20th. The following Monday after that is 27th. Little housekeeping here. We have a USDA report on Friday. We are going to go live at we're going to start a little earlier, 10:50, and we'll go from 10:50 probably to 11:10, and then typically our crew, Rick, are the guys going to go after that. The commercial department, they're going to go live after that and really break it down. Typically, that's someone like Michael, Drew, Brian Bastine, Nate Duracco. Sometimes they break down the numbers. They really get an hour or two to look at them, and then they nitpick through them and get all the things that we can't see as fast as we can during the on the actual reaction. So what we'll do at 11 is we'll see the initial reaction. We'll be able to trade that, digest it, whatnot from there. All right. As far as the show, we got planning progress. We talked about that. We got winter wheat getting a little better. I think Brady did a good job of illustrating that both on talking on the live show on Sunday that some parts of Kansas had beneficial rains. Conab out Tuesday, May 14th. That's next week. Big gap between the Conab numbers and USDA. We're going to see if that tightens up. Could be some surprises there. Speaking of gaps, gaps on the chart. We have some gaps on the soybean chart, gaps on the corn chart, and all eyes on weather. With that, we're probably going to have a short show today. We'd love for you to ask some questions. With that, Rick, tell people real quick about run that ad for ATI ProMedia Premium. And Connor and I are going to talk about old crop corn, wheat, and beans. Very specific. Next 100 days, no crop corn, wheat, and beans. Let's not have your old crop have a birthday. Want to run that ad, Rick? Thank you. Welcome to ATI Pro Media, powered by Advanced Trading. We're a financial channel that loves agriculture. For just $1 a day, you'll receive advanced trading research, actionable text, and a minimum of 6 videos a week featuring industry experts and insight. Click the button below to subscribe today. Folks, if you want to subscribe to Premium, go to right there, the website, www.atipromedia.com. Connor, what else you want to talk about? It is relatively quiet. I do have something I'd like to talk about if you
go for it. What do you got?
What happens at night has nothing to do with what happens during the day. So at night, we had big selling pressure. We opened up unchanged, went higher, went a little bit higher in corn, wheat, and beans, immediately sold off in the China Open, traded lower all night. We are starting to firm up. Corn unchanged, soybeans up 1, wheat's well off the low. What happens at night, the night trade and the day trade are totally two different things. Also, one other thing, Central Illinois farmer Chad Lehman called this morning at 6:45. He said, "Are you up?" I said, "Yeah, I'm up." And he said that he has very little planted, and that's right there in Eureka, Illinois, right by our corporate office down there in Bloomington. And he needs a lot of corn to feed those hogs. And he's a little nervous, and he's not too happy about this last bit of storms that went by. Now, this
Sure.
time of year where everyone makes a fool of themselves and starts becoming things they aren't, where we start analysts start becoming weatherman. There's if you want a good weatherman or woman or service, there's a lot of them out there. The problem is Mother Nature's large and in charge, and they can kind of tell you're going to get rain in a few days. They don't know if it's a quarter or 3 quarters. And now, as saturated as the grounds are, those are going to make a difference. The next thing to watch is temperatures and then wind. If you ask me, is it rainy and going to be 60 for the next 4 days, or is it rainy, 82 degrees and sunny? If you look at the long term forecast, I was watching some of the TV shows this morning. The long term forecast they have drying out. I don't know what to say to a farmer who has everything ready and can't get out in the field except for check everything one more time and be ready when it's time to go because you may be working a few days in a row. So get your ducks in order. Uh, Ask for help and get mentally and physically fit before you go here and stay up for a few nights because it's kind of hard on the body. Connor B, what else do you have to share, sir?
Yeah, I've been thinking a lot about planting progress. You know, we are 36% planted. That late planted date of May 20th. Historically we have 10 to 15, maybe 20%. That is almost every year. After that date, that's just, every year we're going to have sections of the Midwest that are going to be behind that date. So the question is, Tommy, we got 40, let's call it 45 to 60% left to plant for it not to be considered late planting in the eyes of the trade and all that. And so are we going to have that window of opportunity to get that in the next few days? And here's the other thing that I'm going to be fascinated to see. We've seen big jumps before, right? Week on week when we have, we're getting late, we're getting delayed to where we see that planning progress jump up significantly. I'm going to be fascinated to see if we get that window of opportunity, how much can we plant in a 4 or 5 day window across the Midwest?
Yeah, it could be extremely interesting. Do you want to look at any charts or should we wait for let's wait till for the premium content here. Sometimes we're going a little too long. I feel like we're being a little too generous during the free show. My dad said, how are people going to subscribe to premium when you guys talk for a half hour during the day? I said, I will take full responsibility for talking too much. Questions, comments from the peanut gallery before we wrap up the show? Corey Ritter, bring them in. Down to 90 acres of corn, got a little planted
Awesome.
last night. It was marginal, but the definition of marginal depends on the calendar.
We move the goalpost there, don't we, Corey? What defines marginal? So
Yeah,
that's good
that's
to
awesome.
see. Down to 90 acres of corn. I assume that means you got all the soybeans planted. That's a good spot to be in May 7th. That feels good to me, Corey.
Yeah. Any of your clients that you've spoken with, anyone you've talked to, have any? I'll give you a report from La Crosse, Indiana. Here,
Yeah.
terribly disappointed. I think these guys grow some Pioneer seed. I think Pioneer wants to get it in the ground, and at some point they'll go tell them to muddle in. It's not just a Pioneer thing. The seed companies, and I don't want to speak for them, but if you're a seed company, you're more than welcome to call me or email me. They have very specific reasons for why they do what they do, how they do what they do. You work for them. If you're going to go plant a seed that's going to become a seed next year, they want it done their way, and when they want to go, they go, and that has a lot of factors to do. So I know. Let's hope these rains that are going by. The storm looks to be moving fast. Again, now I'm becoming a weather guy. Hey, if you want to see a real weather guy, that guy last night, let me tell you who that was. It was something easy to remember. Go ahead and talk for a little bit, Connor. Pull a Tommy and just start rambling.
Yeah, you asked about planning. In Central Illinois, it's very region specific, right? You don't have to go too far north of me to where in Corey's neck of the woods where the end is in sight, I guess. Maybe we got that 75%. Maybe we got all the corn planted or all the beans planted and we're waiting on that little bit. You get down here and then south of me, it tapers off where we're a lot less on how much we have done. And then, like I said, the forecast is wet for the next 5, 6 days. So it's easy to get nervous, right? The emotions are going to kick in. And then I go back to, right, I'm a marketing guy. I'm definitely not a weather guy, and I'm not that good of an agronomist either, Tommy. But so then I go back to let's make sure we've got our marketing plan lined out, right? We're ready to participate in this rally. We have participated in this rally, and now it's about doing the right things the next month or two, right? Seasonals in commodities in corn, soybeans, wheat, seasonals move so fast, Tommy. We got to execute on them. And I think that starts with making sure we've got the old crap right. So I'm looking forward to today's premium.
Mhm. I'll tell you personally, as a trader, someone who's made money and lost money, I think I've lost a lot of money being bullish in May on something I wasn't smart enough to understand uh, the big picture. And so the funds who have the billions are a lot smarter than all of us. In some days, I mean, some days they're really wrong too. But they and you kind of know when they're on the wrong side of it. Take the Ukraine war, right? They're short. The funds didn't know there's Ukraine war. Farmers long corn funds were short, blew out of it, whatever. But I am not going to personally get really bullish at these levels. That's all I can say about that. So I don't farm. I don't have old crop. I don't have new crop. Hey, Rick, flash this little. Go ahead and share my screen one more time. I've been just so impressed with this group. If you can see that. Okay, so it's a little hard to see, but his name is, it's really easy to remember. Ryan Hall Y'all. And this guy has 1.86 million subscribers. Advanced Trading just hit 10,000 subscribers. This cat was streaming. I love his setup. He's got the weather, the times, the screens. I think he had 6 or 8 people on the road chasing storms. It's just fascinating. There's other people that do this, but all that happened was yesterday before I filmed Premium, I just searched weather and storms, and YouTube smart. It knows this guy's. When I logged on yesterday at 5 o'clock, he had 86,000 people watching. When I fell asleep last night, I think he had 125,000 people. This video, this live stream that he did 17 hours ago, has 2,300,000 views. And the reason it's doing so well, right next to it's really hard to see, but it says number 3 on YouTube if you look right here. So he's Ryan Hall, y'all. If you're out in the tractor, you're out in the shop, you just after you get done with this, you want to watch a guy who loves weather and has his act together. This was fun to watch. Now, I'm not happy about the destruction or anything else. Oh, something else really cool about this guy. He immediately during the storm started a fund for the victims, and I think he already raised 60,000. So if you ask me, this guy's a class act. All right, we can get rid of that. Ryan Hall, y'all. Maybe someday we'll have him on the show. That'd be fun, huh?
Yeah, absolutely. Be nice. We need a great weather guy, don't we, Tommy? And so they don't have to listen to us ramble and pull up these accumulated precipitation maps.
Yeah, and I think how people perceive weather, it's kind of like art. We have a phenomenal relationship with Mike at T-Storm. He's wonderful. Several people in our industry use Snodgrass. There was a guy when I was at Iowa Grain named John D. Snow. Great reputation, big. He's very associated with ADM brokers. John D. Snow, Snodgrass, T-Storm. There's other ones too, and they make multi-million-dollar calls. People have these positions on, and they go home on a Friday with a huge position, and they call their weather guy and say, "Tell me what the forecast is going to be Sunday." And it's based on a lot of I don't know. I can't speak for them. Be interesting to see how they make their decisions. It's a lot of responsibility come summer months. I've seen farmers be very angry and turn on weather people. They get kind of woke when weather people are wrong. All right. With that, yeah, Corey Rither says Ryan Hall was your guy. Yes, sir. Ryan Hall was unbelievable. All right, let's give a little check on the markets before we get out of here. Corn down a little bit. Beans unchanged. Wheat giving it back. Cattle up. Interest rates moderate. Stock market on a heck of a run. Bitcoin holding in there. Biggest news you need to worry about for yourself is, will you get the crop planted? When will you get the crop planted? What are you doing with old crop? Do you have old crop? Next 100 days of old crop. Are you going to capitalize on this rally in new crop, or are you scared? I will say this, historically, anytime the market zips up, it's because someone's having a problem. The current problems are multiple problems in South America, multiple problems in Russia, now problems in the U.S. Kind of, we'll see. Every day it rains, more of a problem. A big problem for you, not a problem for us. So you're now scared to capitalize on this rally. We're going to give you some very specific advice for old crop, and then tomorrow or the next day we'll give you very specific price and recommendations for old crop, not only for advanced trading clients but for premium clients. With that, Connor B, wrap up the show. Last thoughts, questions, comments. Otherwise, we will get out of here, my friend.
Yeah, we'll get internet working again, so we'll be back at it for tomorrow. But yeah, with that, send us a email, give us a call anytime. We'd love to hear how planning progress is going. Right, if you think it's a bigger issue than maybe we're making it, right, let us know. I love debating and hearing different thoughts. So with that, let's wrap it up, and we'll see everyone Wednesday, Tommy.
See you, bud.
Thanks for joining us. We're here every day, 9 a.m. Central. Don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you next time.